Okay guys, today I'm going to be doing a little sewing. My husband has been making baguettes like crazy. He's been making gluten-free baguettes because he wanted to have them for my mom's annual wine party that we're going to soon. So we've been trying to perfect it, and they're great. He's done a great job, but we don't really have something to store them in, and he wants to make like 3 to 6 of them to take this party, and you kind of got to do it in advance because we have kids and all that stuff. So Ziploc bags really aren't the right size, and Tupperware. So I keep seeing this thing about doing beeswax little fabric bags. So we're gonna sew the bag and melt it in beeswax in the oven and cover it all in the beeswax, and then you can just fold it over with a clothespin, and the beeswax has all these awesome properties. I will list them on the screen right over here for how it helps preserve food. And I also will list how we can clean these. I'll give you guys that instruction too, and I might even save that for my email list subscribers. So you have to subscribe for my email list to get that way to clean your beeswax bag. We'll see. It'll be free, you just gotta get your email. Anyway, so I have a bandana here that I know is 100% cotton. It's what they say to use. So I'm gonna just sew this and make this one bag, because that's about the size of the baguettes. So that's cool. And then I have this other fabric. It might not be 100% cotton. I have to look for a tag, but it's really pretty. It actually is a bed sheet. I thrifted it a long time ago. I feel like I need a baby carrier out of this for a friend. It's really pretty. So we're gonna make some other bags out of this and this bandana and melt them with the beeswax, and I'll bring you along and show you how I do it. I have my oven set and preheating. It's on the lowest it can go at 170, and we're gonna cut this. We're gonna use my husband's baguette baking tray to measure and make sure they're the right length, and sew them and then melt the beeswax. So come along with me while we try this out. The first thing is I have the bandana, which I think I don't have to do any cutting on. I'm just gonna sew that, make sure it doesn't have any of these little furries, because I don't want that in our bread or our beeswax melting. But I'm just gonna sew this, probably cut off this tag, sew it 1, 2, and leave this other end open. I don't even have to do a hem because it already has one, so that's helpful. And that's easy, that's ready. This one I need to cut, and I wanted to see if it had any tag on it still, which it doesn't appear to. It would be really nice if I could have this seamed end. I need to plan this. Alright, let me get the measuring pan so we can lay it on here. Or the baking pan. It's a measuring pan for this. But here's the pan. He lays the baguettes on here and bakes them. So, as you can see, they pretty much would fit in this guy, because that goes on there. They just might be touching each other. So I want to see if they will fit. I want to cut this guy. I might try and do this cute top edge. Let's see. Let's fold this different, so I can get this top edge for part of it for one of my bags. Like so. I'm going to lay it down. Line up the edge where it's going to sew. Lay this here. This is definitely going to be a little bit bigger one, which is my pinking shears, and I'm just going to cut along that bottom edge, and then we're going to just have to sew the 2 sides, because this side is already done, which I like. Simple. Let's record here. So here is my pan that we bake the baguettes in, and here's the bag that I'm making. So I'm just going to cut with my pinking shears here along this, use this red line as my guide here. Zip. And so that's one bag I'm going to make here. This is a bigger one, but it's going to be so cute with this. My Singer Simple. I just have to share the stage with all my seeds and forced blooms and everything else I got going up here. Jack of all trades, guys. All right. plug this bad boy in. This is a pretty simple sewing project, guys. I think I have black thread in here from the last, I hemmed a dress for my neighbor, for her daughter, which it's a very cute lace dress. I just took 4 inches off the bottom. It was black, but I think I'm gonna just keep it black. It doesn't really matter. I'll do the red and white one in black first and then switch it. I have lots of colorful yarn. I should save the black yarn for black projects. Aha! Alright, got my sewing machine on. And I'm going to do this one first for you guys. I'm going to find where that tag was because I don't want that at the top. Just going to do a quick single, not fancy, not zigzag, stitch around to make it into like a bag. So push it in. Oh my, look at this. All out of black thread. So we're going to switch it to the color right now. In. If you guys want to learn kind of how to clean and do a little sewing machine maintenance, I did some of that on my quilt video, which is actually my most popular video. Everybody loves that video. I don't know. Just me fumbling my way through making a quilt. I'll link it. But I also do like a little bit of a maintenance on this guy before I start. Okay, so I'm threaded with the white. Let's try this again. Just gonna go around and make my bag. So there it is. I also saw this thing, so if you wanted to make it like a bag where it stands up, you could do like sew across the corners on the bottom. I'm gonna try that with this one, just like do a little corner cross. Get fancy. Cut those little corners off. Alright, so here is my first little bag, and we're going to do the other one. Actually, maybe I should get this one going in the oven. Yes, while I'm so close to it. So I just have a glass tray. If the beeswax gets on here, I can scrape it off. I'm thinking. It's just white beeswax pellets. And what I saw the lady do is take the pellets and put some inside. Do 2 handfuls down in there. Kind of put some inside of it and spread it around. And you should put some on the outside. More on the inside. Kind of like accordion folding it. I've seen people like iron it on. Again, I'm just kind of trying to figure this out. We'll just put more. We can always add more in here to melt. But just like that. And then kind of all in between it. I'm going to put it in the oven and let it get melty, and then we'll take it out and we'll like squish it around and try and get it all soaked. And then we let it hang up to dry. So let's put this in there. I'm going to put it in there for 5 minutes. I have that oven really low, so I put it in there for 10 minutes, not 5 minutes. So we'll see how that goes. And now I want to get my other camera, and so you can see me sewing the other ones. I'm going to inside out this thing, so I want the seam on the inside. Also, I might cut this end, this other side with the pinking shears, because it has this thicker seam on this that I'm sewing inside. I just feel like that's going to take more, it's going to soak up the whatchamacallit, beeswax, so I just want it to be less. And the pinking shears help keep it from fraying and such. It is not a straight job, but it'll do. All right, so then I'm just going to give it a good sew right down like I did the other one. All right, so there we go. Just how I did the cross stitch, like across the corner on the other one, I'll do that again on this one. Just to give it like a little corner. See that little cross? And then you take the pinking shears and just snip, snip. Let's do it to the other corner. Alright, so I got one more bag to do, but there it is, and we're gonna, alright, let's see, let's touch you guys up a little bit, because I'm gonna bend down. It's not melted enough yet. It smells kind of funky though. I might try the next ones differently. Just, this is hot. See, there's some under there that's not melted yet inside. Spread them out. Kind of stinks. Flopping it around on itself. I'll put it back in for a little bit more, because there's definitely some inside that haven't melted too. So I want to find somewhere to hang this up so it can dry, and if it drips it will land, and then I want to get a new one in here. Hang this here, I think, so it can dry, because it's already like drying to my finger. It's kind of sketchy, but beeswax is dripping there onto the pan. Let me stop. See, it's getting on my finger. Stop touching it. Okay. Let me get the other one in. I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to, God, beeswax everywhere. Pour some inside. Two in the pan. This is a bigger one. Hope this works. Alright guys, so yesterday I was making the beeswax bags for the bread, and here is how they turned out. So I don't know if I used too much beeswax, or this is just how they are, but I had to remelt this one because it was like so melted together. You have to like separate it right when they come out, I think, or they're gonna be really like stuck together. Like this one, just I had to unopen it in the bottom. It just seems like so much bead. Look, you can even see it dripping. But that's what it looks like on the outside. That's what it looks like on the inside. Should be able to put the bread in there and then just roll it up like that. And there's my little bread bag. You know, the more you crumble it, the more it gets kind of this, like the beeswax is crumbling. So I don't know how they'll last. I will give you an update on when we put the bread in and when we clean it. But here is this one. I only did 2, and then here is the other big pillowcase one. Look, you can even see like big chunks of beeswax. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it. But I really like this one. I like how it looks, but look. Like stuck together inside. And peeling it is coming apart, but then it looks very, like here, I don't know if it's coming across, but it looks very crumbly, like. I mean, it's not coming off of my hand, so that's a good sign. But this one is definitely a bigger one to fit bread in here. Big, it's like bigger than my head. You can fit a lot of bread, and then just, you know, give it a fold over. Put your baguettes in, take them to go. So this turned out not as how I was expecting doing it at home. I've like had beeswax wraps before, and they were more like smooth and nice. So maybe the way I distributed the beeswax on it, too much beeswax, I'm not sure. But we're still going to use these, and I'll show you what it looks like when we put the bread in, and then how to clean it.